The United States is living with great fears of the outbreak of a civil war, against the backdrop of sending troops from the National Guard of Republican states to Texas, in defiance of the administration of President Joe Biden and federal forces. The U.S. state of Texas rejected a decision by the Supreme Court and President Joe Biden to remove barbed wire on the state's southern border to prevent the transit of migrants. The dispute between the parties over authority over the U.S.-Mexico border intensified, and the governor of the state, Greg Abbott, announced that he would defy the judiciary and the president, and would put more barbed wire to deter migrants. The U.S. Supreme Court voted last week in favor of the federal government, calling for the removal of barbed wire that was deployed along the state border at the direction of Abbott. Abbott said in a statement that the state's Department of Public Safety, along with the National Guard, are working together to secure the border, to stop the smuggling of drugs, weapons, migrants, and prevent cross-border criminal activity. He added that the Lone Star operation carried out by the state led to the arrest of about 500,000 illegal immigrants, about 40,000 criminals, 35,000 accused in criminal cases, and confiscated 454 million lethal doses of the narcotic substance fentanyl. He added that his state has transferred tens of thousands of immigrants to other states, including Washington, New York, Chicago, Philadelphia, Denver and Los Angeles, in particular. Abbott accused U.S. President Joe Biden of following an open border policy and putting dangerous gaps on the border, stressing that his state continues to close these gaps that prevent drugs from making their way to Texas and other states. He stressed that the Constitution gives his state the right to self-defense, as Biden continues to attack Texas and refuses to fulfill his duty to secure the border. In a related context, Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt announced that he will send the National Guard of his state to help Texas with border control problems along the U.S.-Mexico border. In an interview with Fox News, Stitt said, "This is just common sense. In Texas, there are 28 ports of entry, and federal law already states that it is illegal to enter anywhere other than these entry points," he said. This came after former President Donald Trump on Thursday called on Republican-led states to work together to combat the problem of irregular immigration along the southern border, an issue that Republicans said President Joe Biden is failing to deal with properly. "We encourage all willing states to deploy their guards in Texas to prevent the entry of illegal immigrants and send them back across the border," Trump said, speaking of the invasion of immigrants coming to the United States.